welcome to another episode of the Confident Musician Show, where we help musicians overcome self-doubt and overwhelm and create more confidence than you ever thought possible. My name is Brett Cusack, musician mindset mentor, and in today's show, we are going to talk about a really important thing for a lot of musicians out there, and it comes in from, I've forgotten who has dropped it in. No matter. The topic is, or the question was, I don't think my voice is good enough. What should I do? And just before we jump into that, I'm going to tell you a quick story about how I started out in music. And as a young person growing up, I always wanted to sing. And I started singing when I first started making music around when I was 12 or 13 years old. And then I don't know, I didn't quite have the confidence in myself to really make that work. And so I kind of fell into this role of being the guitar player in everybody else's band and touring around Australia and doing some pretty amazing things. And then it kind of got to around in my later 20s, where I was like, this is not really working out for me. This isn't the career that I really wanted to create. So I met a producer who basically said, hey man, we can start making some music. And that's when I really started to get the confidence and support in order to make my own music. Then I released a 6-track EP, which I have sitting here, 6-track EP under the name Megalove, and then a 13-track album. And then I invested thousands of dollars into the production and all these session musicians in order to move it along. And then I spent $1,000 on film clips. And I remember sitting there and putting this song called Lady Killer, the film clip, on YouTube, and just going, yes, now I'm going to be famous. And then I uploaded it, and then not too long after that, nothing happened. And I felt really depressed. I was in a pit of despair where I was really depressed and frustrated. I'm like, I've done everything. I've put in all the time and energy, and why hasn't this taken off? So I got really frustrated at music and everything, and I was like really down in the dumps. I was thousands of dollars in debt, and my partner was supporting me at that time, and I was really frustrated. And that's when I met this mentor who actually helped me understand that I had these problems behind my problems. I had these inner conflicts that were making me focus on wanting to be the rock star and trying to get this validation and significance out there in the world. But I had an internal conflict that was keeping me stuck and not doing the things that I needed to do. So that mentor, I started studying with them in lots of depth, and I learned how to run a business. I learned how to manage my mental health. I learned how to have inspired relationships and create a really supportive network at home. And so that's why I'm very grateful to be here as a mindset coach these days, to be able to help other musicians learn and implement these same skills, and so we can get back into making music and focusing on having fun and developing confidence in ourselves. And it's not about being this huge, gigantic rock star. It's about actually having fun and enjoying the process and developing your skills. Alrighty, so I don't think my voice is good enough. What should I do? So we're going to explain 3 to 4 steps here, which you can go out and test and make sure they work for you in your world. So you guys are the best coaches for yourself, but having some ideas to test and maybe someone to hold your hand along your journey might be really important. So I don't think my voice is good enough. What should I do? So my first step here is to keep going. Your voice is awesome, and that doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to pay you hundreds or thousands of dollars to sing for them. But your voice is uniquely yours. And if you really want to sing, you got to keep going and you got to keep working at it. So if you want to keep singing, you just keep working on it, keep developing it. And my first songs back when I was, 18, 19, 17, 18, when I started singing, weren't that great because I didn't really understand how my voice worked. G'day to anybody jumping in on Instagram and Facebook. So people aren't looking for an act of perfection. They're looking for an act of love. And so I remember I did some, at university, I did some composition for a movie, and we went and watched our movie, and it was in a bunch of whole other student films. And there was this guy making these sounds on a piano and telling this, really intense story about his homosexuality and all the disease and depression and lack thereof of information and education around certain lifestyle choices. And he was making these songs and making sounds on a keyboard, and the music was, if I can put my degree of music hat on, was pretty bad. But I was really touched by it. I had a tear come to my eye. And so this guy was pouring out his story and sharing with this adversity that he'd experienced through his life. So when you start to come from this place of like, this is me and this is who I am, and you're expressing yourself creatively, hopefully people will resonate with that. So keep going and keep practicing. Step 2 is to list 200 benefits of actually becoming a performer to you, your friends and your family, your fans and the world. So when we start to stack up the benefits of being a performer, we're more likely to put ourselves in situations where we actually have to perform and actually learn the skills and to become an entertainer. So when you do this benefit stack, it actually helps you acknowledge how this is actually going to help you. So inside everybody are these little voices or stories or limiting beliefs that keep us stuck or trying to keep us safe. And that's our brain's primary purpose, is actually to keep us safe and conserve calories. So if there's ever some sort of confusion in your life about what it is that you want to do, we will get imagery and voices and all of these things inside us to actually help us stop. And then when we sit on the couch with a pizza and a beer, our body goes, well done, we avoided the danger that we were perceiving. So when we're listing benefits of actually doing something, we're actually helping our subconscious mind and our conscious mind actually take action steps in that direction. Step 3 is let go of the idea that you need to be perfect. And let go of the comparisons to everybody else. They may have helped you to get to this point, and so you might be comparing yourself to other people and going, all right, cool, that's not my thing, blah, blah, blah. But when we're comparing ourselves to anybody else, we're not being the true version of ourselves. So we want to be the first Brett or the first you or the first whoever it might be watching this. And so we want to let go of this idea that has to be perfect. The odds are that if you're just starting out and you haven't done hundreds and hundreds of gigs, you're probably not going to be perfect yet. So let go of the idea that has to be perfect and just give yourself the curiosity and the childlike curiosity and experimentation and exploration of this is something that you're doing for fun. And it's going to be challenging and it's going to have things that you're not going to like, and that's how we grow. And if we actually don't have our skin in the game, we're actually not going to learn. So let go of the idea that it needs to be perfect. Have fun, bring some childlike curiosity and experimentation to it, and let go of those comparisons because they're not going to serve you in the long run. And step 4 is to find somebody who has already done it and ask them for help. I cannot express to you how important it is that when we are facing adversity and we can't quite see the other side, of the mountain or whatever it might be, having somebody who's been there and done that to actually hold your hand and keep you accountable. And as soon as I invest in myself and actually hand over my money, it's like my self-worth goes zoop up a little bit to be able to then go, actually, no, I got this. And it's never the coach or the mentor that actually helps you. You actually still have to do the work. But actually finding somebody and investing in your personal growth, just like you did with your music lessons and just like you did with everything else that you do, and then ask them for help. And I think that's definitely going to help you move along that journey. And if you are curious, that's why I created my latest training to help you uncover those problems behind the problems, actually move forward with your career. So you can check it out. It's called Happiness and Confidence Secrets for Musicians. It's actually called Confidence and Happiness Secrets for Musicians. And you can check it out on the link in this. So thanks so much for watching. If you know somebody else that doesn't think their voice is good enough or any other area of their skills, please tag them in this or share this video with them in a private message. Hope you enjoy this. Have a great day, and I will see you on the next one. Catch you later.